delighted to call to order the January 2nd, 2024 meeting of the Allegheny County Council. If everyone could please rise as we say the Pledge of Allegiance.
The January 2nd, 2024 meeting of the Allegheny County.
Mr. Frank, could you please mute your phone? Thank you. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm going to.
Please stay standing for a moment of silent prayer and reflection. Thank you. You may now be seated. We are going to get this party started tonight with certificates of election and oaths of office. We'll obviously be taking these one at a time with a motion to receive and file each certificate, followed by a swearing in of each member for a new 4-year term. 12892-24.
A communication from the Return Board of Allegheny County submitting a certificate of election certifying that at the election held on the 7th day of November 2023, Sam DeMarco was duly elected to the office of at-large member of council in the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Jared, can we have a voice vote?
You can
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. Councilman DeMarco, Judge Beamer, go ahead.
Sir, if you would please raise your right hand to be sworn and repeat after me. I, Samuel DeMarco III,
I, Samuel DeMarco III,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office
that I will faithfully execute the office
of member of council of the County of Allegheny
of member of council of the County of Allegheny
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect,
defend, and obey
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
and the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. I think we need to sign these, right?
You do.
I've got them signed already. Okay. Remarks, right? Folks, I've been told that the best political speeches are the shortest ones, and I absolutely believe in that, okay? But I would like to make a couple of remarks for my current members of council and for some of the new members of council in regards to what I believe, okay? I want to thank the people of Allegheny County for electing me to the 3rd term as one of the at-large members on Allegheny County Council. I appreciate not just everyone that has voted for me, but I appreciate the folks who may not have, that will give me the opportunity to work on their behalf and serve them well over the next 4 years. I would also like to say that once you're elected, whether you had Ram with a D or an R by your name, you represent everybody now. And your job is to work for the best of the people of Allegheny County, regardless of whether they voted for you or they didn't. You know, and with a new year, a new council, a new administration comes new opportunities. Opportunities for us to work together in collaboration, opportunities for us to work together to try to solve the many problems and challenges facing the people of Allegheny County. I have let the incoming administration know that when they propose something that is good for the people of Allegheny County, they will have my staunch support. I've also let them know that if I believe that they're proposing something that maybe isn't, that I will be one of the staunchest opponents. But I believe that that's what we need and what's necessary in a two-party government. So I want to thank all of you who have come here tonight to support all of your friends, family, and loved ones, and thank you all for giving all of us the opportunity to serve you. Thank you, Chairwoman.
Thank you so much, Councilman DeMarco, and congratulations. Next, we have 12893-24.
A communication from the Return Board of Allegheny County submitting a certificate of election certifying that the election held on the 7th day of November 2023, Bethany Hallam was duly elected to the office of at-large member of council in the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Can we have a voice vote, please? All in favor of re-electing me, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
You knew that was coming.
It's going to be a fun night.
Yes.
Be one or two in the
I
crowd,
think
right?
that's probably better. So you go on the other side.
Of you.
Your people will stand right here.
Okay.
All right. Please repeat after me. I, Ms. Bethany Hallam,
I, Ms. Bethany Hallam,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office
that I will faithfully execute the office
of member of the Council of the County of Allegheny
of member of the Council of the County of Allegheny
and will, to the very best of my ability,
and will, to the absolute very best of my ability,
preserve, protect, defend, and obey
preserve, protect, defend, and obey
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the great state of Pennsylvania.
and the Constitution and laws of the great state of Pennsylvania.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Claudia.
Thanks, Dad. Obviously, I have a few words to say as well. My first 4 years in office was truly a learning experience. And there are a lot of people in this room who have greatly contributed to that. People who know who they are, who I wouldn't be able to adequately thank with words for all that they've done to help shape me as not only elected official, but also as a human being. I'd be lying if I said that the privilege of holding this office has not radicalized me. Seeing from the inside truly how corrupt government can be, how void it can be of any value for the things that matter most, or any care for the people who need its help the most. How even the best intentioned candidates for office fall into the trap of watering themselves down to a version of themselves that is no longer recognizable, because our society, and especially our government, convinces them that that's what they're supposed to do. Throughout the past 4 years, I have grown so much. I've done a lot of things I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd be able to do. But one of the things I don't think anyone can ever say about me is that I've ever backed down for what I believe is righteous. I've never watered myself down, even when being myself and fighting for what I believe in has brought me a few haters. They say that we're supposed to go along to get along, and that we're not supposed to ruffle any feathers or say anything controversial if we really want to get stuff done. I want to remind all my colleagues how wrong that is, and how important it is to always be your true, authentic self. It's always important to stand up for what is right, even when, and especially when, it seems difficult to do. I think I'm proof that being yourself is popular. Even if folks don't always agree with what you say, they will always respect you for saying it unwaveringly. Standing here before you today on the brink of another 4 years is proof that you can achieve anything without compromising your principles. I know in my heart that, at least half of you up there have a moral compass that guides you and truly want the best for the communities you were elected to serve. To you, it has been the honor of a lifetime to serve alongside you, fighting every single day for a better world. And as for the rest of you, I hope that someday, and someday soon, you'll see what we're working towards here and join the fight with us. And as we transition into a new county administration and a new county council, I have so much hope for the future of our region. You'll hear a lot of anecdotes about all the good the county has accomplished over the past 4 years, and at least on this council, there is no dispute over how much we have accomplished, proving all the naysayers wrong. But it's so important that we never forget the anecdotes and the statistics that paint the picture of where we've truly failed. Over the last 4 years, at least 22 people have died in the Allegheny County Jail. Over the past 4 years, nearly 3,000 of our neighbors have died from an overdose. And over the past 4 years, thousands of residents in our county have experienced homelessness as their government closes shelters and criminalizes their existence. But it doesn't have to be this way. I promise you all, for the next 4 years, I will continue to fight for every single one of them and every single one of you, every single day, even when it gets me in a little trouble sometimes. Because more important than any elected title, more important than any invitation to an exclusive political event, is remembering who you are and where you come from. My incarceration in the Allegheny County Jail is absolutely why I will never, ever stop speaking out about the atrocities taking place in that building until every last person is free. The decade of my life I spent actively using drugs is absolutely why I will never stop fighting for overdose prevention centers and a safe supply. And the times in my life I spent without shelter or a safe place to lay my head at night is why I will never let a single unhoused person I encounter go unseen, unsupported, or unloved. Because our government is absolutely one of the people and by the people. But it is that journey towards building a government for the people that we must never, ever lose sight of. Solidarity forever. All right, 12894-24.
A communication from the Return Board of Allegheny County submitting a certificate of election certifying that at the election held on the 7th day of November 2023, Suzanne Filiaggi was duly elected to the office of Member of Council, District 2 in the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Make a motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Congratulations, Councilmember Filiaggi. Judge Beamer? Oh, am I supposed to be over here?
May I have that constitution? Is this your own personal scripture?
No, it's okay. Whatever's good for you.
Okay.
All right, please raise your right hand to be sworn. Repeat after me. I, Suzanne Filiaggi,
I, Suzanne Filiaggi,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office,
that I will faithfully execute the office,
Member of Council of the County of Allegheny,
Member of Council of the County of Allegheny,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, defend, and obey
preserve, protect, defend, and obey
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and the laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
the Constitution and the laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Those are two tough acts to follow. So I think mine's a little lighter and a little more Pollyannish, but I'm going to give it a try. This is what I do best. And this is also something my kids are witnessing, that I'm not the fiercest person in the room. So good education. Thank you, Judge Beamer. I'm blessed to have such an esteemed jurist and treasured friend to swear me in today. And thank you, Jody Goodwin Beamer, too, for being there to support him and me and all of my family. We've been through a lot together over the years, in marriage and kids, career highs, and the recent loss of loved ones. I appreciate your support here today. Mark Forrester, my loving husband and chief of staff, and Thank you for your patience and unwavering support. My 3 kids are here today. I was appointed to fill a vacancy originally, so this was my first election. And my children were not able to be here, but they're here. Nicholas, Maggie, and Anna Bridges. You pulled us through the election with your enthusiasm and innovative outreach to people, Sam, who had never voted for a Republican before. You got it done. You were raised, my kids, in service to others, and you get it. Thank you for realizing that you don't have to follow in my footsteps of service, but you do have to serve somewhere with passion. This is our legacy. Members of council, the county executive, the esteemed county executive, the staff, and all the citizens of the Allegheny County, I'm honored and humbled to be elected to serve in this County Council District 2 position. It's an awesome responsibility. This system offers greater representation, and our primary function is to be a bridge to our residents, to ensure that there are checks and balances to authority, and to commit to the efficient delivery of the county's vast services to all who reside here. I echo the themes of the wonderful women's that I watched their swearing-ins today. County Executive Innamorato and our new County Treasurer, Erica Brusalers. Thank you very much for your inspiration, and I was inspired. I was inspired by and excited by the energy that you put off and in your speeches, and you were calling for collaboration and cooperation, and I agree. As a minority partner of the minority party, Sam and I, we long and are excited about working with everyone on council, and I mean everyone. I truly mean that. We are not here to intimidate or obfuscate. We want to participate. And let's admit it, we've gone through this with the last meeting. Italians add a little flavor to everything we do around here, so let us participate. We're asking to help marshal all of the Allegheny County citizens in this a county for all. That's a theme that's been throughout this whole day, and it's been exciting to see everyone get along, laugh, maybe don't take ourselves so seriously, but realize that this is an awesome role. So I want to ask my colleagues to work with me. I will honestly work with you, and know that I'm here to work hard, and I will make myself available, because it is my honor and pleasure and privilege to represent all of the citizens of Allegheny County and my district, District 2. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Councilmember Filiaggi. 12896-24.
A communication from the Return Board of Allegheny County submitting a certificate of election certifying that the election held on the 7th day of November 2023, Dan Grisbeck was duly elected to the office of Member of Council, District 5, in the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of approving Dan Grisbeck? Any opposed? Congratulations.
One back sign, the other two are for you and Mr. Lowe and Mr.
Councilman, please raise your right hand to be sworn and repeat after me. I, Dan Grisbeck,
I, Dan Grisbeck,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office
that I will faithfully execute the office
of Member of Council of the County of Allegheny
of Member of Council of the County of Allegheny
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, defend, and obey
preserve, protect, defend, and obey
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
and the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Judge Sweeney. I'm going to pull these up because I have a lot of people to thank, and I don't want to forget anyone. The list is far too long to thank everyone individually, but I really want to extend my sincere gratitude to every single person who knocked a door, talked to their friends about my campaign, made graphics for my campaign. Britt, if you're watching at home, I can't thank you enough for all the time that you saved me. And then everyone who really was just there for me whenever I needed you, whether it was making a meal, really anything to help me out during this time. I'm standing here because of all of you, not because of me. Thank you especially to the members of organized labor, as well as the local environmental movement in Western Pennsylvania. You were both crucial in getting me elected, and please know that you will always have a friend in me. Thank you to the thousands of folks in Bethel Park, Dormont, Mount Lebanon, and Upper St. Clair who opened the door for me when I knocked to tell you about my campaign, especially those who didn't promptly shut it in my face. I know plenty of you thought that I was selling band hoagies, but I'll take the answers wherever I can get them. Thank you, Councilman Dorr, for the work that you've done during your 4 years on County Council, and thank you for the hours that you've already taken to sit with me and help me learn the office. While we don't always see eye to eye on the issues, I do greatly appreciate the effort that you've put in to make Allegheny County a better place, and I know how seriously you took this office, and I plan to take it just as seriously. I truly admire the work especially that you've done to promote good governance, and I really hope to continue that work. Thank you so much to my parents. I think they're still a little bit surprised and confused about me running for school board and then county council as an engineer, but they've been so supportive throughout this journey. My mom's even gone as far as someone who is a registered Republican and who has never been politically engaged particularly to knock hundreds of doors on my behalf, so I really appreciate that. And then finally, I'd like to thank my wife, Dr. Cassie Grisbeck. Words cannot express how lucky I am to be your partner and to get to go through life with you. I said I wasn't going to cry. We're not going to cry. I love you endlessly, and you have been my rock over the past year. Every time I feel defeated or dejected, like maybe the work isn't worth it, like I'm not going to be able to make the change that's so desperately needed, I look into your eyes and I gain hope. To my fellow council members, I look forward to working with all of you, county executive, county treasurer, the rest of the row offices. I know county controller was here somewhere. I truly do want to work with each and every one of you, like Councilwoman Filiaggi said, to make Allegheny County a place that works for everyone. One where people can breathe clean air, where they can find good, sustainable jobs, where folks have their basic needs met, and where every person is treated with the dignity and the respect they deserve. The citizens of District 5, thank you for putting your faith in me, and I can't wait to get to work.
Congratulations, Councilman Grisbeck. 12897-24.
A communication from the Return Board of Allegheny County submitting a certificate of election certifying that at the election held on the 7th day of November 2023, John F. Palmieri was duly elected to the office of Member of Council, District 6 in the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of approving Councilman Palmieri, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Councilman Palmieri. Judge Regan.
Councilman Palmieri, can you raise your right hand and repeat after me?
I hope so.
I, John F. Palmieri,
I, John F. Palmieri,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of Member of Council
the office of Member of Council
of the County of Allegheny
of the County of Allegheny
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect,
preserve, protect,
defend, and obey
defend, and obey
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations, Councilman.
want to thank Judge Reagan the second time that he's honored me with his presence here. Ladies and gentlemen, when I came down here years ago, my goal was to help make Allegheny County Council relevant. This past 4 years, I think we've accomplished some of our goal here. I think we are relevant. We're not pushovers anymore. We don't just sit there, yeah. We actually debate. We actually look at things, and we try to see things through the prism of what you people want. Not what I want, not what we want, but what you want. I think far too often we forgot about that. The people down in Washington, D.C. have forgot all about that. They are here to serve us. We are not there to serve them. I promise you, and first of all, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. I want to thank the people of District 6 for their faith and confidence in me over these years. Thank you so ever so much. I want to thank my beautiful wife, Katie, who's been through all the anguish and all the aggravation that an election causes and creates. Thank you, Katie. God bless you. I love you dearly. And my campaign people, my campaign members that helped me so much are here today. Pat, where are you? I can't say anyhow. Thank you, whoever's here today for my campaign committee. Thank you so much. Just a couple other notes. My family and I have gone through a lot this past month. And one of the people that's not here is my son. I didn't even want to bring this up, but I can't help it because he would have been here. He was with me all the time, worked tirelessly to help his dad. Sometimes the good Lord has other plans. These weren't mine. But I live in the comfort to know that my son passed to a better place. And I hope old St. Peter's holding the gate open for him. Sometimes you get up here and you don't know what you're going to say. And I didn't even have any intention of bringing it up today, but it's just so relevant and so important because he was such an important part of my life. I'm grateful for the opportunity to work with all of you. You know who I am, and you know if I give you my word on a vote, you can count on it. There's no wavering. I tell you I'm going to do it, I'll do it. And if I tell you no, it's no. I'm not going to get a text message right before I come up here by somebody that's going to try to change my mind. I don't have a head like a doorknob. And again, I'm grateful to the staff, all the people that help keep Allegheny County going. Congratulations. Congratulations to all the new people. Looking forward to working. And let's keep going and keep this county relevant. And let's keep moving ahead. And one last thing I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the truth. I ended every speech here I ever had. I'm here to serve. I'm not here to be self-serving. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Councilmember Palmieri. One 2898-24.
A communication from the Return Board of Allegheny County submitting a certificate of election certifying that at the election held on the 7th day of November 2023, Nick Fatulis was duly elected to the office of Member of Council, District 7 in the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Do I have a motion?
Yeah, motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of approving Councilman Fatulis for another 4 years, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Congratulations, Councilmember Futulis. Judge Sweeney.
How about you, Jennifer? Would you like to hold my Bible?
I'll do it for you. Let me do it for you.
Well, Jennifer, I want Jen to.
Oh, okay.
You okay with it? Yeah?
I think you'd rather have Caroline.
Who?
My daughter.
Is she here?
No, she's not.
You're right, I would rather have your daughter. Jennifer's like my daughter, that's why she's doing it. My wife and kids couldn't be here today. Because I'm not feeling well.
Councilman, can you please raise your right hand to be sworn and repeat after me? I, Nick Futulis,
I, Nick Futulis,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office
that I will faithfully execute the office
of Member of Council
of Member of Council
of the County of Allegheny,
of the County of Allegheny,
and will to the best of my ability
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, defend, and obey
preserve, protect, and obey
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth of
and
Pennsylvania.
the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth of
Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Is that it?
That is it. Congratulations.
Somebody dropped their pen. I guess it's my turn. This will be my 5th election. 16 years have finished, so at the end of this will be 20 years. Quite a long time. I'm the 2nd oldest member of council. Bob Macy's number 1. I'm number 2. As far as years.
That's not funny.
Council. But I'm the 3rd oldest member of council by age. So I guess once we've been here this long, things have changed immensely as far as council members. You're all new, except for Bob when I first started. And the people you need to thank are specifically when you're running for election, committee people, elected officials in your district. You depend on your friends and family. Specifically times when you're getting your petition signed. It's very difficult in the 16 years I've been here. It was a lot easier 16 years ago to get signatures. Nowadays, it's very difficult for people to answer the door, and I understand. So it's a process, and it's something that we all go through as council members to get to this spot. And there's one particular person that I'm going to mention that was my very first person that endorsed me. I made a phone call to my state representative, Tony DeLuca. I asked him to be the county councilman for county. Sorry, it's a little emotional. He's passed away last year, and he was a very good friend of mine. He supported me from day one for council, and he bypassed everybody in Penn Hills. What an honor that was for me. Being the fact that I had that kind of support, and quite frankly, in the 16 years, I've never had a Democratic candidate against me. Only 2 Republicans, and I've had the luxury, I guess you could say, of not having opponents for the last few elections. But nevertheless, I was taught you run hard, you run scared, regardless of what the outcome would be. I remember the very first time when I ran, my wife had asked me, she said, what leads you to believe you're going to win? And I said, I don't know. I said, all I can say is that I'm going to run as hard as I can, do what I can, and work as hard as I can. And if I do win, I win. If I don't, I won't regret it because I've done everything I could. And you can see it now 16 years later that all came true. But now, after 16 years, we have all new council members here again. And I have certain goals that I want to accomplish in the next 4 years with our new chief executive. I want to address the homelessness in this town. I think it's one of the most important issues we have. Affordable housing and senior living headquarters for people to live in. I think these are the most very important issues that Allegheny County needs to address. The homelessness, the temporary shelters we have is not the solution. We need housing for these people to stay every day and night so they can get treatment. They need drug addiction, alcohol addiction, they have mental illnesses, and some are just down on their luck. But we can't just put them in these shelters overnight and throw them back on the street every day. It's not the right thing to do. We need to treat these people and save their lives. And by saving their lives, we save our lives here in Allegheny County, because who owns a business would want to come here when there's such a homelessness problem? We want to make the city of Pittsburgh and Allegheny County a great place. And we want elected officials to realize that we care about the people in this county, all the small people, all the little towns, no matter who you are. We have to make them all realize that we care about you. And that's my goal for the next 4 years. Thank you.
Congratulations, Councilmember Futulis. 12899-24.
A communication from the Return Board of Allegheny County submitting a certificate of election certifying that the election held on the 7th day of November 2023, DeWitt Walton was duly elected to the office of Member of Council, District 10, in the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of approving Councilmember Walton for another 4 years, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, congratulations, Councilmember Walton.
Councilman, my good friend and my neighbor, would you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, DeWitt Walton, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Member of Council of the County of Allegheny, and I will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend and obey the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
I need to sign it, I think. You need to sign that.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
It is with a significant amount of appreciation and respect that I thank Magistrate Petit, who is my friend, and again, my neighbor, that he chose or agreed to swear me in. I want to thank the residents of Allegheny County District 10, the residents of Braddock Hills, Forest Hills, Edgewood, Wilkinsburg, the 13th Ward, the 12th Ward, the 11th Ward, the 8th Ward, the 3rd Ward, the 4th Ward, the 5th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh in my reelection. By an overwhelming margin, they chose to demonstrate that they supported my values and my principles and my goals and ideals. And I thank them, and I'm forever indebted. I also want to thank my campaign treasurer, my fraternity brother who's sitting over there, yo, my cigar smoking buddy, Dwayne Dolphin, the best jazz bassist in the world, and my campaign supporter, Sierra, organized labor who put up tons of resources to make sure that the forces of evil didn't defeat me. because they understood that it is a war out here for equity and justice and decency in Allegheny County. There are forces of darkness that want to take us back, that want to deny equity and justice in this county and on this council. And I say no. Anybody that knows me know what I'll stand up for, what I'll fight for every day, unequivocally. I apologize not one iota. I stand for justice. I stand for equity. I stand for diversity and inclusion. And I will continue to fight for it every day. If we can get along, let's do it and move this county forward. If we can't, I am going to get in your way. I apologize not. I won't give in. I won't give out. And I won't give up. Those are the things that I'm going to fight for every day. One of my heroes, several of my heroes, Asa Philip Randolph, fought in 1943 for an end to the segregation in the defense industries. He had the support of Eleanor Roosevelt, who challenged Franklin Roosevelt. And Mr. Roosevelt told Mr. Randolph, make me do it. He did, and he signed an executive order ending segregation in the defense industry. Mr. Randolph's successor, Harry Truman, in 1948, after immense pressure by Mr. Randolph, ended segregation in the armed forces. Another one of my heroes, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, one of his famous quotes, "The measure of a man is not where you stand during periods of calm and convenience, but where you stand during crisis and controversy." Gave his life in April 1968 for equity and justice. There's a challenge to each of us standing here today to do what's right. I've said to you before, I say it again. In my time on council, there has not been one African American on the county council staff. I continue to demand that we hire a person of color. It is wrong, it is immoral, it is unethical. We represent African Americans, over 13% of this district, of this county, and we don't deserve a seat at the table? Where's your moral compass? Where's your conviction? To inequity? I won't give in and I won't give up. To the new executive, congratulations. I look forward to working with you in a collaborative fashion. And when we can work together, I will. But I'm going to stand up. I'm going to be counted. There's a lady sitting next to you. Please strongly consider her to be the next county solicitor. Hey, if we can work together, county exec, let's do this. I will be there with you.
All right.
But I'm not lying. I'm not backing down. We got work to do. The folks in Allegheny County deserve legitimate, quality government. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make it happen. Let's go to work.
Congratulations, Councilmember Walton.
Good try.
12900-24.
A communication from the Return Board of Allegheny County submitting a certificate of election certifying that the election held on the 7th day of November 2023, Paul Klein was duly elected to the office of Member of Council, District 11 in the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
I'd like to make a motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor of approving Councilmember Klein for 4 more years, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Councilmember Klein, congratulations.
My daughter. Firstborn.
Okay, Paul. Repeat after me. I, Paul Klein, do solemnly swear or affirm
I, Paul Klein, do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of Member of Council of the County of Allegheny
the office of Member of Council of the County of Allegheny
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, defend, and obey
preserve, protect, defend, and obey
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and the laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
the Constitution and the laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Congratulations, Councilman.
So this is chapter 5 of my memoirs. But first of all, I'd like to thank my longtime friend and recently reappointed administrative judge of the Family Division of Common Pleas Court, Catherine Hens-Grieco, for giving me an opportunity to do this for yet a 3rd time. And while I'm up here, I will also recognize Catherine's husband, Sam Hens-Grieco, is the chairman of the Allegheny County Democratic Committee. And the Hens-Griecos have been longtime friends of our family for close to 30 years. That's a pretty good run. I'd also like to thank, with great love and gratitude, my wife, who I've known for a long time. We've been married for a long time, but I think I've known her since she was 17, almost legal. And also here this evening is my daughter, and this is my daughter Laura, and also my grandson Jack Paul. Not bad, right? So she's the favorite daughter at this point, and has been for 8 years now. Earlier today, I had the great pleasure of attending our new chief executive's inauguration, and I have to say I left feeling very inspired, and I can't imagine that anyone who was there did not walk away with the same feeling. I'd also like to say, though, this about our new executive. In addition to all of the wonderful attributes that she brings to this office, she brings what is too often an undervalued asset in this role. She is hands down one of the best huggers that I have encountered, certainly the best in public life. And it will serve her well. There isn't a beleaguered constituent in this county who would not benefit from an innamorato restorative hug. It really ought to be a prerequisite for the job. I mean, I've heard that Jim Roddy was, not bad, but not quite, right? For those of us who have the privilege of serving the public, we owe much to those who believe that what we do matters. And you will find many of those people, many of those, might even call them heroes of democracy, in this room this evening. The past 4 years have been difficult. 2 months after the council just ending, 2 months after we were sworn in January 2020, we found ourselves submerged in a pandemic, the likes of which most of us had never experienced.
And it happened at a time in which we were deeply divided, a moment in which it couldn't have been more important for this country to come together to fight this biological invasion. We retreated to our tribalistic silos, where too many remain still. At its best, government should tap into the best in all of us. But sadly, political fortunes have been made by dividing us and tapping into our resentments, and sometimes it happens across the political spectrum. I think that this humble body, one that represents 1.3 million people, has an opportunity to change the script. There are 15 of us, 15 members of this body. We come from different backgrounds. We've had different experiences. We've traveled different roads to get to this place. But we are all called upon to do the same work, to serve the people that we represent, to serve the common good. We might see things differently. We might even define the common good differently. Our political, philosophical leanings may differ. But I think we can all agree that at its best, government ought to be committed to not just our existence, but to human flourishing. Advancing in our work as elected representatives, the ability of all to live a good life, a meaningful life. That requires a willingness on the part of all of us to set aside our differences, what divides us, in order to serve the greater good. We are a consensus society. Our Constitution is a work of compromise. It's baked into our DNA. It doesn't mean that we will not disagree. We will. But we must not lose sight of the fact that the work we are called to do is bigger and more important than any one of us individually. So I thank you very much for the opportunity to continue to serve, and I welcome our new members, David and Dan, and thank you to all of you.
Congratulations, Councilmember Klein. 12901-24.
A communication from the Return Board of Allegheny County submitting a certificate of election certifying that the election held on the 7th day of November 2023, David Bonarotti was duly elected to the office of Member of Council, District 13 in the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
I think I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of accepting Councilmember-elect Bonarotti as Councilmember Bonarotti, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Councilmember Bonarotti.
Bring your wife up, Paul. Is Nick choreographing again? Yeah, didn't you hear him? He says, bring your wife up.
Oh.
Councilman, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, David Bonarotti,
I, David Bonarotti,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of Member of Council
the office of Member of Council
of the County of Allegheny
of the County of Allegheny
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, defend, and obey
defend, and obey
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Well done, Paul. Thank you.
I'll keep this very brief. I want to say thanks to my wife. I want to say thanks to my mother and father for helping me to get to where I am today. I want to say thanks to my family and friends, to my friend Nick for his guidance sitting in the audience today. I want to thank the people of District 13. I'm very humbled and honored to represent them. To my colleagues on council, this county has a tremendous amount of potential. Let us work together to realize it. And to the people in this room and to the constituents of Allegheny County, I say that I'm here to learn, I'm here to listen, and I'm here to serve. Thank you.
Best.
Congratulations, Councilmember Bonarotti. So with that, I present you your 2024 Allegheny County Council. Jared, can we get a roll call, please?
Mr. Betkowski. Here. Mr. Bonarotti. Here. Mr. Katina. Here. Mr. DeMarco.
Here.
Ms. Filiaggi.
Here.
Mr. Fatulis. Here. Mr. Grisbeck.
Here.
Mr. Klein.
Here.
Mr. Macy.
Here.
Ms. Nacarati-Chapkus.
Here.
Mr. Palmieri.
Here.
Mr. Palmacina.
Here.
Ms. Pritzio.
Here.
Mr. Walton.
Here.
Ms. Hallam.
Here.
All 15 members are present.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jared. Next, we're going to move on to the election of the council president. And I know Councilmember Palmieri, you had a motion you wanted to make?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm going to make a motion for us to re-elect Pat Katina, President of the Council, and so I nominate him and wish him well and hope everything works out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Palmieri. So that was a nomination for Councilmember Katina for president. I'd like to ask, so that person is now nominated. I'd like to ask if anybody else has any nominations for the office of president of council.
Yes.
Councilmember Walton, please go ahead.
I nominate myself for president of council.
Okay, so Councilmember Walton is also nominated for president of council. Are there any additional nominations for president of council? Any additional nominations? Hearing none, nominations are closed. And so the way that this will all work is you will go down the line as you are called by Jared, and you will state either Councilmember Katina for president or Councilmember Walton for president. So, Jared, will you please proceed with the roll call?
Mr. Betkowski.
Katina.
Mr. Betkowski votes for Mr. Katina. Mr. Bonarotti.
Katina.
Mr. Bonarotti votes for Mr. Katina. Mr. Katina.
Myself.
Mr. Katina votes for Mr. Katina. Mr. DeMarco.
In my first 4 years on council, people would bet that Councilman Walton and I would be physically fighting in front of this body here because we argued, so much. But in the last 4 years, we found common ground and worked together on things such as economic development, jobs, and infrastructure, and things like that. So while I respect Councilman Katina, I'm going to take and cast my vote for, if he were to be elected, would be the first African-American president of council, and that's Councilmember DeWitt Walton.
Mr. DeMarco votes for Mr. Walton. Ms. Filiaggi.
So again, I continue to go back and say that I'm on the newer side of council, and this is my first vote for president. And I deeply respect Councilman Walton and would throw my support behind him. However, at this point, we have been calling for a consensus, I think, and I do respect you, Councilman Walton, but in the spirit of consensus and cooperation and collaboration, I'm going to cast my vote for a person that I am hoping will include all of us in the collaboration for the county council, that will consider bringing along a woman in a leadership position for vice president. I think that is part of diversity and inclusion. And to consider, again, all of us in chair positions, looking at our skill sets and what we can do best to help the county and to help all of the residents of Allegheny County. So for consensus and collaboration, I will cast my vote for Councilman Katina.
Ms. Filiaggi votes for Mr. Katina. Mr. Fatulis.
Katina.
Mr. Fatulis votes for Mr. Katina. Mr. Grisbeck.
Katina.
Mr. Grisbeck votes for Mr. Katina. Mr. Klein.
Well, I consider Mr. Walton, I mean, he is obviously my colleague, but I consider him a friend as well. But I will be casting my vote this evening for Mr. Katina.
Mr. Klein votes for Mr. Katina. Mr. Macy.
I'll make this short. Katina.
Mr. Macy votes for Mr. Katina. Ms. Nacarati-Chapkus.
Katina.
Ms. Nacarati-Chapkus votes for Mr. Katina. Mr. Palmieri.
Katina.
Mr. Palmieri votes for Mr. Katina. Mr. Palmacina.
Katina.
Mr. Palmacina votes for Mr. Katina. Ms. Pritzio. Ms. Pritzio votes for Mr. Katina. Mr. Walton.
Last but not least,
Watch.
again,
He's going to cut it.
I will say, the measure of a man is not where they stand during calm and convenience, but where he stands during crisis and controversy. I'm not here to get along. I'm here to move the process forward. If we can work in a collaborative fashion, let's do so. But at some point in time, government has to work. We have to move forward in an effort in the best interest of the residents of Allegheny County. Despite the overwhelming support for Mr. Katina, you guys know, and again, when the deal comes due, I'm gonna come back and tell you. You remember when I told you that this was gonna come? I vote for Walton.
Mr. Walton votes for Mr. Walton. Ms. Hallam.
I am so excited to vote for Councilman Katina.
Ms. Hallam votes for Mr. Katina. With 13 votes, Mr. Katina is elected president.
Okay.
There should be just a little bit more. A little bit more respect than the corner. For screaming, woo-hoo and that's what kids do.
Thank you, everyone. First and foremost, I would like to thank my council members for again electing me to preside over this body. My time as the council president has often been very challenging, but it has been truly rewarding, and I am grateful for the opportunity to continue this role. I think we can all take great pride in the work that we've done on a wide variety of issues in the last couple of council sessions, including the county's annual budgets, campaign finance reform, improving the transparency of council's proceedings, establishing the county's independent police review board, and laying the foundation for environmentally responsible county action for years to come. That is to say that nothing more needs to be done. Far from it. Formulating the county's budgets for 2025 has the potential to be particularly challenging. The county is still working through the effects of the systematic assessment appeal errors made by the last administration. The process by which use of the former Schuman Center site was authorized remains still at issue. The county jail obviously still remains a major concern, and the county's ethics code is in need of significant overhaul. But I am very confident that with all of my fellow colleagues, that we can meet these challenges as we have had in the past, in part because we are fortunate enough to have a tremendous opportunity before us. A new administration is taking office for the first time in over a decade. Only a few of us were even on council the last time this happened. It is my hope that we will be able to establish a more consistently collegial relationship between the legislative and administrative branches of the county government. While it is vitally important that the county council function as a check and balance on the chief executive, this does not mean that we must work at cross purposes at every turn. I'm very optimistic that we will be able to find ways to cooperate when possible and compromise when necessary. This is the role of all good government. In the very near future, I'll be setting up council's committees so that we can hit the ground running for our very next meeting. And again, I look forward to working with each and every one of you. Thank you again this evening. Any public comment?
We have none.
Okay. Approval of minutes, none. Presentation of appointments, none. Unfinished business, none. Liaison reports, none. New business ordinance and resolutions, none. New business motions, none. Notification of contracts, none at this point. And I skipped over proclamations and certificates, didn't I? So 12891-24.
A proclamation recognizing Maggie Forbes' dedication to the Andrew Carnegie Free Library and Music Hall and proclaiming December 27th, 2023 as Maggie Forbes Day in Allegheny County, sponsored by Councilmember Katina.
12895-24.
A proclamation recognizing Dr. Felix J. Urace for earning the 2023 National Earl Room Award, sponsored by Councilmember Katina.
Thank you. Is there any public comment on general items?
No, we have none.
At this point, is there
Make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.
Sometimes.
I was.